What's up, guys? This is Sean Tan, and welcome to the podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the most advanced version of setup ever in the show because we are blessed with the presence of Music Bliss. This is Jonathan with us today.
Hi guys.
So he's the CEO of Music Bliss, and we are doing this recording in Gibson Guitar Avenue, Star Hill, where I'm surrounded by a music instrument that's worth a lot. So there's one like 60,000 there, and I'm more interested from a investment point of view, but we'll go into that later. Let's not degrade music so fast, right? Okay, so Jonathan, maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit first.
All right. First of all, hi guys. I'm Jonathan. Thanks, Sean, for coming to Music Bliss, and it's been a pleasure to have you. Just a bit of backstory. So I lead the Music Bliss team, and Music Bliss as a company as a whole, basically we supply and provide music and audio gear and to all musicians, which is our target market. So it goes way back since 2010 when the founder started this company with a vision to serve all musicians. So he started off with just teaching. So he started just at his he got a shop lot above 7-Eleven, and as he started his business, he actually first started teaching, and eventually as time goes on, the students get interested in getting new gear or gears that can help them in their performance and in their as they learn. So that's where the founders started to source for equipments to help support these students. So as time goes on, he was also had the drive to give the best customer service to all the customers, because during his journey, while he was sourcing gear, he always encounter stores that first thing will not really have good knowledge in regards to the equipment that they can sell.
Okay.
Number two also is due to the varieties in the market. So hence he decided why not instead of just teaching, he would also want to start selling as well. So back then also these were the days where selling were done through platforms like Muda, Lelong. Not sure some of the audience here heard this sort of platform
We
before.
just revealed our age, right?
So there was that time, and basically selling it, it has its challenges compared to what is now e-commerce. So back then he decided to move on from these sort of platforms to e-commerce when e-commerce was starting. And the common misconception back then was, do people actually willing to buy music instruments or audio equipment online? Because totally this sort of equipment you need to test, need to feel, need to touch. So then he just decided to do it, and he was the pioneer in starting this, having his own e-commerce website to sell equipment. So this gives a lot of exposure to a lot of people who are used to the internet. And as time goes by, he started selling with just guitars, then he moves on to piano, and eventually he moved on to solutions where every musician require throughout their journey, from a beginner level to a professional level. So that's how the whole business started about. And today we have a wide range of solutions covering music instruments, studio equipment, and live pro audio equipment.
So I think by the time this podcast is out, there's this Eheng Visit series where we checked out Music Bliss store. It's a playground for musicians lah. Or you are a studio person or a podcast setup person, right? It's you go in, sure spend money on right? So go in be careful because there's just so many things. And to a person who don't know anything about tools and things like that, I'm now very intimidated by the buttons and graphs that's going on in front of me. But when I went there, just back down a bit, we know each other via my NFT purchase.
Yep, that's right.
So he invested in one of my NFTs, and we met up and we talked about properties. Then he go one day, he's just like, hey, you want to come to my store? I thought it was just a store above 7-Eleven. There was music store. But when I go in, I was so unprepared. therefore I instantly changed that. Hey, you know, many people need to see this, because there has been a lot of emails and questions about after people having homes, after investment, then finally they decided to get a home. They have a space that is for hobby, to drive passion for their kids or themselves. Then they ask Sean where to get equipment, how to furnish speakers. I want to invest in my audio experience, whatever it means, right? I don't know. Of course, man, I will just buy more property. But therefore, I did not know everyone I know within the industry, right, all buy stuff from you. And I think you guys are so underrated. When I put your visit up in my social page, right, so many people is like, the first most frequent comment is like, huh, Sean, you play guitar? A bit. I only know like 4 chords. Then a lot of people are like, why are you there? Because this is passion money. This is hobby money.
Yep.
It's not Sean, right? Sean always is investment only. But ultimately, the goal of the entire investment channel is we get to retire early, be financially independent, then we get to enjoy what we do lah. Then you spend money like crazy, also never mind. Okay, but okay, coming back to when you got into the business.
Okay. So this goes back memory lane a bit. So I joined the company back in 2017. So a bit backstory about myself. So I was formerly a banker. So I've done sales and also in internal audit myself. So throughout the 6-7 years journey, I've been I've been exploring various functions in the banks and understand how basically banks operate. Especially when I do audit, I audit particularly on the credit departments, which is the core business of the bank. So from the sales side to the product side, up until the operations and the support side of things. So eventually, then when 2016 came, I was actually headhunted by my friend, which is the founder as well. So he came to me and he said he needed some help with his business. He had this vision to grow the business from where it was. So back then, I was, to be honest, I was a bit skeptical because for me, all the while I've been can consider quite comfortable in the bank in terms of the career prospects, in terms of financial stability, and I was in a pretty good position. So when he approached me, I was a bit skeptical, but nonetheless, I actually hear him out, and his vision of building this business to serve the musicians really gave me some motivation and inspiration to kind of have a thought of it. So, but back then I was actually doing my MBA, and I decided that I wanted to complete my MBA first because I'm a person that I'm when I do something, I would really want to put in my heart and soul, and I'm focused with making sure I complete it, so I don't get any distractions. So I told him politely. I said that, please allow me to. You better find someone first. If you're in need, let me go through my MBA journey first, and we'll see how things happen. So then a year had passed. Then after completing the MBA, then we sat down and had chat again.
So punctual.
Yeah, it's just 1 year after that. Then it just so happened he had some issues or problems that need problem solving, which all the while, despite me in the bank, we do at times seated at Mamak's talking about this, and we just do exchanges. So then I actually gave him the some suggestions and whatnot. Then as time goes by, I find that this business can actually do. So I was decided that, hey, why not do I want to consider this route? And back then, this was the time where Jack Ma was in a very, very good run in terms of his publicity. So I got a bit brainwashed by him in terms of how he focus on all the small businesses and giving them the motivation to come out to build their business to grow. So, and talking a lot about entrepreneurship. So that gave me an idea. Why not, since I've already gone through 6-7 years of solid corporate background, why not give myself an opportunity to come out and see how things happen? So when I decided, there was a lot of backlash, family members, blah, 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 say things like, why do you want to quit the banking industry? Banking, to them those days, parents, tit fan vun ma. So
it's like solid rice bowl.
Yeah, solid rice bowl, right? Why do you want to quit? Then I have another auntie was also jokingly telling me during Chinese New Year, I say, Jonathan, how many guitars do you think a shop can sell per day? The guy probably is going to buy the guitar and hang on to the guitar for a long time. So all these noises were going in my head. But in the end, I just followed my gut. And I just decided to go into Music Bliss and help out my friend. Yeah, so, and yeah, that's how it all started. And of course, starting of the journey wasn't easy. It was pretty tough.
Almost kill each other.
Well, because what was in the line that kind of made me hesitate to join is he's my friend, and to be honest, and it's a close one, childhood friend. So I always hear conspiracies or family members saying things won't end up well if you work with your family member or you work with your friend. Why risk that, right?
Yeah.
Especially, but I think I'm kind of mature enough, and both of us kind of draw certain boundaries and say, no matter what, we have to make this work, and if it doesn't, we will still remain as friends. So I decided to take the leap of faith and just go with him and just start building this company. So back then, we were operating in just one floor. I remember my workspace was actually in the service and warranty room.
Oh.
Yeah. So I sit down with all these amplifiers that people send in for repair, mixers, guitars, everything. And I also do interviews in classrooms. Yeah. So things were pretty tight then. I think most of our customers that have been to our old store would know how we operate in a very compact manner. Like compact is like literally very, very compact. Yeah, customers also, when they come into the store, also have to walk through boxes. Even gears that just arrived, we also didn't have time to open and place it at the shelf. Customers had to go through that sort of experience.
Okay.
But then I think as we go along, we started recruiting strong team members. And then as we build the business, teams are formed, become more structural. And we also brought in a media team as well, which also helps with our YouTube channel. And that on, we started growing, building contents of our own, trying to educate. That was the main intention, educate the customers or musicians that are starting up to know more about gear and how this equipment can elevate their performances.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. I'll put their YouTube channel down in the description, right? You guys can go check it out. But based on my observation, right, what was when you took that leap of faith, right, was the salary comparable to your banking days?
Of course, I had to sacrifice a bit in terms of the overall package.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Of course, banks, their package is, I think,
way better.
way better.
Your housing loan also got special rate.
Yep.
This special rate, right?
Yep.
Everything, credit
Yep.
card, you swap money, no need to pay back.
No, that one still have to pay.
So, but the main thing is this takes a side turn a little bit. I think now at this stage, right, like a lot of people are trying to look for ways out. Like instead of just sticking to that designated path of MBA, then you just be a senior VP of a bank, right? Yeah, you can always go back there. That's always my take. If you just screw up this 3-4 years, right? Oh, bro, tak boleh, bro. Then like, okay, then go back. Like I think you can always go back. And this is where I tell everybody to just have this bootstrap mentality a little bit when we start up. Don't just upgrade your lifestyle in accordance to your income. When you earn 3,000, that's a way of living. Once you go 5,000, my lifestyle also must be 5,000. Then when I go 10,000, I cannot go Parkson already. I must go designer brand already, right? I cannot eat at Sushi Mentai already. I must go to what's the word? Omakase already, right? So that is where suddenly, although our income goes up, right, the lifestyle also goes up. We are equally or poorer. That just limits the entire options that we have. Suddenly, if the best thing is, if you are in the corporate world, right, you just learn as much as you can.
Yep.
Save as much as you can. When you are a talent, people will find you. This is Exhibit A, right? So, and there are a lot of people who are looking for talents to expand their business. This is the problem also in the society where people think, we have a lot of unemployment. But there are also a lot of businesses where cannot find people. What's the thing, right? And this will then suddenly open up a lot of opportunity, and the income level will then drastically go up. Not only that, the happiness level and job satisfaction level will also go up. And when you start building a business, suddenly, right, security becomes very good. And this is the feeling, almost the best feeling ever. Because if not, right, you just go to the bank, everybody's an employee of somebody. Right? You have a manager or somebody, and you are a subordinate of somebody. So, I think this hits the nail in the head, where for those who are listening, right, I think the only way to get out of the rat race is when you have enough buffer, right? You if you have like 3 to 6 months emergency fund, then you can actually afford to wait a little bit for better job offers. But if you have 3 to 6 years of emergency fund, you can actually take leap years in your career and explore things that you truly, truly like. But this one, I also want to ask, like, is music something that you truly, truly like?
So, to the audience, I don't play any music instruments. So the only time I play music instrument was during my wife's wedding. So I took up acoustic guitar and I actually played our song.
Because people cannot mock you.
Yeah. So that's why when I actually posted this question to the founder, I said, I don't play. I don't know anything about music instruments. You sure I can help add value to the company? But he sees that he wanted to form a yin yang type of combination, where the product, the sales side, the marketing side on his side, whereas my side is more on the internal processes, numbers, the people building type, because I think that's where my strength lies in terms of managing teams, building teams, also strategy in terms of processes, and having a good eye on getting the best talent. So I think this also, in a way, he wanted me to come in to complement him on areas where he is good at. Complement areas where he can't really focus much on.
Okay.
So this is where I come in, and so it was first few years was pretty tough, especially when COVID came. Actually, So when I joined, it was we just moved to the new place back then, and
capital layout already.
Yeah, everything all went in already. Then suddenly, we were operating about, I think, a couple of months. Then COVID happened. So then the period was really, really challenging for us.
By that time, the online store opened already?
Yeah, opened already. We already...
was running already.
All the while, the online store has been there. I think we have constantly upgraded our UI and UX of our website. And also we are on all e-commerce platforms. So we were already there, and teams were there to support already. So when COVID came, we didn't knew that we thought we couldn't survive because lockdown. I think everybody also went through that. But for us, when we started when there was lockdown, we kind of see there was continuous buying by all, I think, people that were locked at home.
Yeah.
So literally, you have nothing to do. You just want to play some music. You want to do podcasting. Suddenly, the demand for all these products went up tremendously.
Ooh.
Yeah, so even
you guys didn't expect it.
we didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. And anything, any range, any models, people would just buy, regardless of price. Yeah.
Yeah
So that was then. I'm sure also watches also do the same.
Yeah. I purposely point to mine.
So continuing then so even until we had to constantly increase our stock level and logistics side also having problems because restriction this blah blah blah, and we managed fortunately to pull it through. And after pulling it through, fortunately the wave continued because suddenly we find that the market, more people are into it, especially podcasting. It was a thing already. And with all these KOLs and influencers, they have started building their channels through COVID, increasing their subscribers as well. So this also helped to allow more people to want to go into this. Same goes as music gear also as well. Instruments, they are just moving out. People just want to get their hands on something and just do something at home.
Cool. I have always been an advocate of hustling, right? So if you have a lot of time, nothing to do, talk about your passion. Then when you find resonance within the community, then suddenly when you have built the community around a subject matter, then there will be opportunities of sponsorship or collaboration. Then you suddenly will have a business and you operate as a media house. Then that's what they call influencer lah, like me lah. But ultimately, if you're a person who is only on set like that, I would heavily recommend them to actually come and check out Music Bliss because they know their thing lah. And when you go into the store, the range is crazy. So from a personal experience, right, I bought the mic without the, what is this called again, bro? Audio interface. I don't even know what it's called. Right? So it's then I didn't know there was like digital and analog things. I didn't know I need to plug it to my camera. Like, oh no. Then I bought a lot of things that all cannot be used. Then I don't know what's missing. Then now it's all in the store lah. And so that's very unfortunate. But like, if not, the quality of the podcast would have increased long time ago. But anyway, so that's why I do also have a lot of friends around the industry who is getting all things from you. And they will be for a reason. When I go to the store, also, you guys hire a lot of musicians.
Yep, that's right.
So there were like a lot of demos. You guys should go and check out the episode, right? A lot of demos and they really know their thing. But what I want to drill more further is that importance of space, right? Within the house that is for passion now. Suddenly with lockdown, we realized that we need that space more than ever.
Yep.
Not only like we go to work, then come back, it's like a hotel to me. Like home is like a hotel to me. I go and sleep only. I don't even eat inside. So, but until when you have COVID, then you got locked down and suddenly, hey, I need to do something, right?
Yep.
And this is something I also trying to move into after we have achieved abundance. What's next? And this is something that we can look into. But looking at it, is there value for like all these kind of tools, like for secondhand values and things like that?
Usually, very rare that the value will stick there.
Because it's their technology based,
Yes,
right?
correct.
They're always newer version and all.
Yeah, just like handphones. Of course, if you buy like iPhone, then definitely, if those great, definitely certain value will hold. But as time passes, it will just depreciate.
But the thing that I discovered after speaking to your team that day is the treatments of the musical instruments. So like if you want to get a piano for your family, you want to get a guitar for your kid, you need an amp, you need a cable, you need pedal this, pedal that. I also don't know what they are called already, I forgot. Right? But then ultimately I realized that it's a good form of unleashing stress in a very economical way. I do think so. And suddenly when you are good at it, right, and you put some YouTube videos, suddenly you kaboom, you're really talented, right? Oof, maybe another side gig. Never know, right? Better than you go lepak at shopping mall, you go and watch movie at cinema too, I don't know for what. Right? So this is just a very weird thing. Like by exploring more of this kind of thing, instead of swiping your phone, right, you do something with yourself. I think it's amazing. But anyway, ultimately this is a investment channel. Let's dial back to yourself. Like ultimately we know because of property investment, right? Can you share about your first property investment, your first property purchase?
Okay.
What was it?
First property purchase, in general, nothing exciting, but I'm just going to share. So my first property purchase was actually a landed home. Okay. So back then, all the while I've been staying with my grandparents for quite long. So then decided that it's time where I needed space. And back then my parents also they came back from they were working overseas and they came back, so we needed a space. So then I went on to look for a place to stay, because where I was staying was in Old Klang Road. I mean, I'm sure if people in Old Klang Road would know the location is full of noise, full of traffic, and the traffic gets bad each year it goes by. So before I moved to my grandparents' place, I used to like to stay in very serenity places. So before that, I was staying in Bukit Antara Bangsa area. So very serene.
Ooh, that's it.
Yeah.
After that's what everybody tell lah. Okay, for those who don't know, right, Bukit Antara Bangsa is this landslide thingy that happens lah. So one of the building collapsed.
Yep.
So suddenly everyone knows that place lah. Right.
Yeah. So from Bukit Antara Bangsa, then the days, because I love serenity, then I wanted to stay somewhere where I can somehow get access to a bit of greeneries and so on. So then I went to this place in Kota Komuning. Yeah. So when I first went there, I was like, wow, I immediately kind of fall in love with the place. So then hence somehow stumbled upon this property. When I went in, back then I didn't do much analysis back then, because also probably I think I'm not too sure 2014 you already started the channel or not. But I didn't. Did you start the channel then? I think no lah, right?
I don't know, but if I do also, I'm in that I don't know what I do kind of stage lah. Okay.
Yeah. So then I didn't do analysis. I just went in the house. Then it felt good. It just felt good, and I just decided, okay.
So it's a sub sale you bought?
Yeah, I bought a sub sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kota Kemuning, it's the Gamuda one?
Yeah, it's built by Gamuda one.
So it's the Gamuda one. Cool.
Yeah. So my thought process of buying that was, I'm just gonna get one, and that's it. Yeah, that was the thought process, and I can build a family there. The school is just.
But then got girlfriend already lah.
No, not yet.
Oh
not
wow!
Yet, but
think so far.
Yeah, I think so far already at the time.
So really planner like you.
Yeah. So there was a school opposite, and basically going to commercial area is just like a 5 minutes drive. You have a lake.
2014 is before McDonald's, before Starbucks.
2014, they were there already.
Oh, they were there already.
They were there already.
Because I was there way before that.
Oh, okay.
So because I live in Taman Sri Banjai, Taman Sri Muda. Then we used to cycle over. It's that near, so we always cycle over. So that time really got nothing one.
Yeah.
So it's freehold, right?
Yeah, it's freehold.
Are you still holding it?
Yeah, I'm still holding it.
Are you staying inside?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay. What was the interest rate like 2014?
I think, was it 4?
Hey, you're a banker, bro.
4. 4. No, BLR after minus everything is 4.2.
Okay.
4.2. Yeah.
Okay. So that time was still minus or no?
Yeah. The spread was minus 2.4. 2.3. Yeah, the spread was that.
So last time there was BLR, then they changed to BR, base rate and things like that.
Yep.
Ultimately, it's the same thing, right?
It's the same thing.
But for people who don't know, then it's just another reason of why they don't want to buy.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. I don't want to know. I don't want to buy. Okay. Back then, you think about it. What you were in a bank that time?
Yeah, already I was in a bank.
Then, do you think it's the right move? Looking back,
I actually would want to have it as an investment first. Actually, so before buying this, because I knew my parents were coming back, so I wanted to actually have a place for them also. But back then, so I needed to what should I prioritize? Should I prioritize my investment journey or prioritize my family? So I was at a crossroad, and in the end, I chose to prioritize my family first. So that's how actually I bought the house, and I was then, of course, as the money that was supposed to save up for other purposes went into renovation, things like that. So in a way, kind of gets stuck in a sense. Yeah, because it was a bare unit. Because the previous owner, he just rented it out to other people, and it was totally bare. So the house need to really be furnished. But the condition was good. But nonetheless, so that I need that few years to actually accumulate back before I could go on my next property, which for investment. So that's why when I started reviewing your channel, you always talk about usually the first or second try to go on an investment part, which I feel I didn't have that opportunity, which I hope I had. But back then, I had other priorities to focus on.
Okay, let's play back, right? Let's play back, right? If you have the knowledge of today going back, do you think it's right, like, hey, mommy and daddy, I know you come back, let's rent a place first? Do you think it's right?
It's right, but it's really hard to.
No, there's no. So it's a personal opinion. Of
course. I know. That's why I'm saying it's this comes out for me because back then the emotion side kicked in because my parents. And I feel that as a son, I need to provide them with the base shelter, right? So that was the thought process, and how I wish I could say that. You know what you just said. I just rent a place first, then I can save up that quota, right? To use it for an investment. Yeah, I would think.
But that time they retire already, is it? Or they?
No.
They still got job one.
They still got job one. Sorry. No, my mom not working already. My dad also going to retire.
Interesting question, right? Just think about it, right? Like, okay, like for audience at home, right? Would you place your parents in a rental home while you start your investment journey? Because what's going to be different is 5 years later, when you accumulate, then you buy a house later, right? Okay, there will be certain concerns where 5 years later, the landed house different price. Then continue renting, right? What's the problem? Then, but it means also the investment property that you bought 5 years later also will increase price. At least your investment grows a long time and hedge against inflation, right? I don't know, but that's this mentality, like Asian mentality. It's a good one where we want to provide the best for our loved ones. It's good. Money-wise, there will be some people like, hey, you should use that as a motivation that you work harder. Right? You work harder, that's your reason to eat dirt. I know, but how much dirt you can eat, bro? Right? So, very interesting. So, like now, we just visited one of your properties in KL. So that one also, like maybe you want to share that a little bit.
Oh yeah. So this property was actually my.
This is your second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So me and my wife, we actually back then this was 2019. Yeah. So I was looking for a property to invest, and so I actually was I already visited several showrooms already, and but this still hasn't got that feeling or that kick that hey, this is the one. So then at the same time, my wife also she's not really into investment, but she hopes that somebody can partner together and let's invest together. So she's also wanting probably get a property together. So one day we were walking in this mall, then we walk.
Seriously, this mall story, right? It's very crazy. Sorry.
Wait, you need to listen to the whole story first. So what is more? Then after that, then they will say this. They then saw this showroom gallery this way. So then they say that they're launching this new project. So it was like then stated like it's near to a mall. Then there's MRT, and there's also the hotel, and there's a financial education here, institution here as well. So I was like, okay, then so I told my wife, hey, let's go check it out. So we walked to the sales gallery, then we saw the whole plan, and because existingly it was already a township, it was there already. So we went there, then everything was like, and it was doing very well. The whole mall, see students, and knowing this developer, it always continues to excite the location that they're always in, continuously improving themselves, continuously building. So when I saw this project, then I was like, oh. Then we went in, see the showroom, walk into it, then everything just feels right. Of course, it's not to say that we go in blindly, in a sense that I've already visited a few and then come to this. So, but that day when we went, it wasn't the day of that you can buy immediately lah. Yeah, so it's pre-launch, so we have to register your interest first. Then after that, they give you a number, then you go for balloting and this sort of thing. Yeah. So then they draw lah in front of you. So then after, I think, was it a month later, then they get all the customers in, then they call you have a number, so they call you. So I think I was the number 30 plus to be called my number. So I was like, oh, okay. Then go there, then just...
You go there and pick units lah.
Pick units, yes.
Do you need to put any bookings that then?
Booking? Yeah, of course, definitely. Yes, there's a booking you need to put. Yeah. So then that's how I got it lah. So then got it. I was building it. Then same thing, COVID came. So lockdown. Then waiting. When will it be ready? So wait. Finally, keys gotten last year. Immediately gotten it. Then engage the makeover guys.
I didn't pay him to say that.
Oh, yeah, sure. So makeover guys, then they did a fantastic job. Within 1 month, they had, actually not only 1 month, I think 3 weeks already. They got it done. So 3 weeks, then I actually started engaging agents. Then within that week, I managed to get the tenant, and the tenant was interested and he wanted to move in immediately. But I told him my unit hasn't properly handed over by makeover guys, because there's certain sign off and things like that. So then after that, but he was so eager already, paid
take my money.
Yeah, give everything. Then agent also pushed me. Then I was like, okay lah, move in first lah. So the handover was done actually with the tenant inside the house. So yeah, but I was really happy that it was, because we already paid so much progressive interest because due to the delay and not sure we didn't take the moratorium. Yeah. So yeah, I was really happy with.
You didn't take moratorium?
I didn't take moratorium.
Kaya you?
Not kaya lah. Thinking, well, because banker ma, pay down as much as possible ma, right?
Okay, so the moral of the story, right? Just to unpack a little bit, the learning points here is, as you have visited a few, then you are prepared when the real deal drops, right? Point number 1. Point number 2 is when the developer actually matters in the sense of brand, right? So like for this developer, okay, I'm from there, so I learned everything I know about development there. And what's very attractive about them is they have a lot of property investment components within the township. So what does it mean is they will benefit when the township prosper in terms of monetary value. And so this is where township development versus pocket land development. Pocket land development, they build and jiao. Hey, buy, sold out, buy. Right? Hey, you come and fix your the workmanship not good. Not my business, right? For township one, that is different. If phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 done well, phase 4 not well, they will do their best to make it well, because it will affect the rest of like the medical center lah, malls lah, every kind of thing lah. And you can see the effort in their infrastructure connectivity, which is their core selling point all this while. Of course, it comes with a premium, but who know, like the renter can actually cover installment, right?
Yep.
So for now, year 1, they need to cover a lot, not a lot, only the maintenance for now. Okay.
Yep.
And because you didn't rent out your car park also, right?
Nope.
So if you rent out car park, then cover.
Fully covered.
Fully covered. For a brand new project, right? That's something lah. Because like it's very common for us who buys behind closed doors, bulk purchases, right? But this one is like legit launching day new property. I think it's like a fine. Really, it's a good find. But that location a bit scary lah now, right?
Yeah. Now they are launching the third one.
Okay, we don't do advertisement for that. Let them come and cari Sean, right? But I think like if you think about the density there, but with the mall there, I think connectivity is superb lah.
Yep.
If you work in TRX, right, I think it's superb. But something to take note here will be job opportunity drives demand for space. Demand for space drives rental rates. That's the formula of property investment. If you just think about, oh, what if I want to stay there, right? Oh, whole different, right? Especially for a serenity-oriented home buyer, right? Gone case he will never leave that one. Okay?
That's right.
That's why he also bought another different property later, right? We will not disclose that one because we are going to be neighbors in the future.
Yep.
I got a lot, so you don't know which one,
Yeah.
right? So why I want to say I got a lot. Not boasting. Okay. But I think with that, anything that you could have done better, if you think, just look back as from a property investment point of view. Maybe before you think, right? Just now I was reacting to the mall story because the mall, while jalan buy property, right? This story has haunted me a lot of times. Like those days, that's how Desa Park started, you know. People, Kepong folks, shop in Tesco. And they put the roadshow there. Oh, macam can buy. That's how they buy and they make millions. Then, but if you make the right ones, then it's good. But then if you go to the other one, and I cannot brain the fact that people will just, I'm supposed to buy potato and chicken stock. Okay? I come back with a property. Wow, this is like, I cannot, you know, like who would do that? Apparently a lot of people lah. So for those, like, okay, for property developers, if you want to justify your roadshow expenses, right? Yeah, it works, man. So, to me, today I cannot. I see, like, I don't, and a lot of people don't even know where's the site one.
Yep.
So like, ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything that you can.
Because back then, right, I always feel that because buying a property is such a heavy investment, so that due diligence, you really, really got to do it lah. So for me, I always, besides being influenced by sales agents or how beautiful the showroom is, I would go to the site to actually have a look. I think that is essential. And what is, other than looking at the site, what is around the site? And what sort of economic activities is going to happen in that area, not only upon completion, but I think kind of you need to foresight the coming years ahead. So I think this is also essential lah.
Okay.
And not only that, of course, the rental has to
Justify
lah. That's why I think the homework has to be put into it.
And what I'm surprised is when you are a banker, your first purchase, you didn't do any of that. From a very analytical, right? So, yeah, like, I realized this also, like, your profession, right, has nothing to do with your emotional purchase, right?
Nope.
Just like musical instruments.
Nope.
Right? Oh my God. It's a want category, not the need category, right?
Yep.
But they will just switch over, I need this. But I think it's very, very cool, like you share your story, right? But something to dial back a little bit, again, I need to heavily emphasize this enough, right? Like if you guys really need like professional setup, right, for free and installation for free, do check out the store, do go to their online store or whatsoever, right? Like there's so much opportunities to explore, and my entire career is predicated on that theory, right? If I were to have better tools, maybe I would have like 300,000 subscribers already. No, I just bluff myself.
But possible.
Enough people were like, oh, Sean's quality tak boleh lah. Someone please help him, right? Maybe after this gig, right? Like I'll try to upgrade my stuff. But that's something very interesting. Learning points from his one is like, again, still do due diligence. Although your profession is revolving statistics, analytics, numbers, right? It doesn't necessarily fall into your emotional purchases. Any goals for your investment? Are you still buying more?
No, because for now, I think I have a certain target which I think I will have enough.
Mm.
And then the next is more towards focusing on the development of my kid. I think that is also considered an investment for me.
Oh, yo.
Which is, I think yourself also, you would agree with that.
No. Okay. From parent talk, right? Parent talk. Would you expect them to take care of you?
No.
Right? No, right?
No. That's I think older mentality, yes. But I think for me, no. For me, it's just I just want to give the best I can for my kid. If my kid in any circumstances take care of me and give back to me, it's a bonus. Yeah. So I would not from young brainwash my kid. Hey, next time daddy old already, you have to take care. No, I don't do that. So for me, if you take care, it's a bonus for me.
Yeah, lor. I think my properties will take care of me.
Definitely.
I don't think so. My kid will. And like, so, okay, like my wife is trying to get him into music classes. So most likely we will go into Music Bliss, right? And when he look into guitars, Daddy, you see that one's so cool. Gone lah.
Don't worry. Guitars are not as expensive or high value than your properties.
Yeah,
So,
but
okay.
I just learned that this Gibson, like all the guitars that's around us, right? They are very tradable.
Yeah.
In the second-hand market, right? Oh, I know it's not the main intention, right? It's for art, right?
Don't let the musicians hear this.
Yeah. I am so sorry. but to me, if like I can spend money on a potential outcome of his career, right? He likes music, then just put inside investment. If he don't like already, like a lot of old guitars at home, a lot of people don't use already, right? So like I can still trade it off, salvage back, buy some Bitcoin or whatever, right? Make more money, right? So yeah, I think that's one aspect. Like, suddenly it's not that bad. Anything you would want to tell the audience, like from a properties perspective, from a career perspective, anything you want to leave?
From career perspective, is that you have to make sure whatever you do, you have passion in it. I think that's why for us at Music Bliss, we always hire people that are passionate in music. I think this is the burning fire that everyone needs to have when actually in whatever they do. So that's why if you can have strong passion, you can do your things better, and hopefully your career also can grow as far as possible. Yeah, so I would say that is something that every individual should look at it, be it your own musical journey or your own career journey. I think it's important to have that.
That's so cool. There was a sharing by friends. This is not my quote, by friends. Like how to get side hustles, right? Because all of us are stuck in work from 9 to 5, 9 to 6. Don't include traveling yet, right? Traveling, I don't know where you stay. But when you get back home, right, there are so many hours that you could have do things for yourself. From 9 to 6, you sold to your boss already. It's not your time. Your time is from 6 to 9. And 8 hours of that you take to sleep, right? So what's left? How to start a side hustle, in my opinion, again, my friend's quote, is finding something that you like, finding something that you're good at, and finding something that people might pay you to do. If you have a combination of those three, then you might have something. That's where exploration of tools like this becomes very, very important. If you're passionate about Pokemon, people make a career out of Pokemon cards, which is another NFT members one. She has the Illustrator card.
Wow.
She showed me like, whoa, and she showed me, you're a Pokemon nerd. I like, walao, I can't even differentiate Charmeleon and Charmander. So I'm very sad when my mom don't let me watch Pokemon last time. Then the second one is where you start exploring, right? At least you give yourself a fighting chance to do so. So maybe you will be good at it. Maybe people will have looking for co-hosts. Then if you're good at talking, right, then there will be opportunities like this. Again, do give yourself opportunity in terms of financials. You have buffers so you can explore. Then you give yourself time, maximize more time to explore, to have just a better future for ourselves. Then when you have in abundance, then you invest in properties, then that will further secure lah. And I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for hosting us at Gibson Guitar Avenue, Star Hill by Music Bliss. Very cool place. How I wish this is my place for podcast. Right? So cozy. But if you guys got any opportunities, do just check out the store. Check out the Gibson store here. Good luck without spending if you come here. And I see you guys on the next one. Alright, thanks. Ciao. Bye.